Let's take a closer look at the instrument browser. Now, it's divided into 5 columns. The first 3 are filter columns. We have the instruments and then info. Now, you can make multiple selections in each of these columns to narrow your search results to a finer subset. Let's look at how they all work. The first column is the library selector. So here, you're going to see a vertical list of not only the libraries that you have, but also libraries that you may not own or that may not be installed. Like, for example, this one with the arrow indicates that I own a license for it, but it's not installed. So if I click on that, it'll take me to the My Products section of my user area where I can download it. Now here, this lock icon is for one that I don't have. And if I click it, it'll bring me to the IK Multimedia webpage for that product where I can learn more about it. So the idea here is that we click on the library and it'll filter the results based on what's selected. And we see that's highlighted in red. And if I click it again, it's unhighlighted and we see the entire collection. And we see an X there that'll remove the highlights as well. And we can select multiple libraries if we want to view the contents of multiple libraries at the same time. So that's one way of filtering the view. Like, for example, here, I'm going to see just the contents of this library called the grid. And we can filter the display here with this. Right now I'm viewing all libraries, but I can optionally show only the authorized libraries, and the list got smaller and the ones with the lock icons are now gone. Or I can view only the unauthorized ones, so I can see only the ones I'm missing if that interests me. I'll go back to all libraries, and we can also view the libraries in the classic Sample Tank folder view by clicking on this folder icon, where we get the hierarchical view with the different folders and subcategories. But a drawback of using this legacy view is that it hides the category and filter selectors and instead just shows us the nested folder hierarchy. So we lose those search criteria. I'm going to go back to the new modern view with these additional columns. So the second column is the category selector, where we can click one or more categories to filter the list by specific instrument categories. So we can select multiple categories to list their instruments together and exclude the ones that aren't selected. So maybe I want to view guitar and organs altogether. So I'm going to view those and exclude the rest. Maybe I want to add synth bass to that. We just see the list got longer. So multiple selections are easy there. Now the third column, I'll go with guitar for now. It provides 5 sets of keyword filters that you can use to finally hone the selection results. And they're open right now, but I'll just close them for the moment and you'll see what they are. We have timbre, style, music genre, mood, and then a user category, which we'll talk about in a moment. So maybe I want to filter guitar and only go with bright guitars. There's a subset. Or only brilliant guitars. And then maybe I want to zero in some more and use a style. Maybe I'll go to atmospheric, and now I only have one guitar that matches those 2 criteria. So lots of nice ways to search by these keywords, timbre, and then a variety of style choices, and then music genre, again, a variety of choices, mood, and then let's talk about user. It's empty right now. So this last set of keywords is the user set. When we save our edited instruments, we can apply keywords when we're in that save as dialog box that we saw in the last video. And in addition to choosing from the various factory keywords and tags that are there, we can enter our own keywords and they'll appear in the user keyword set so that we can use our own keywords as a filter. So for example, let's say I'm going to load in one of these instruments. So I'm loading this in now to the currently selected part. And I can of course play it now. And I'm going to click the X to close it here. And let's say I want to make some changes to this and customize it, and I'll just do a little change just to make a change for the sake of making a change. So let's say I've done that. I'm going to hide that view again, and I'm going to go under the Save As. And now in the keywords, I can, again, choose any of these, but I can add my own. So I'm going to type in EK here because I want to be able to quickly identify all my own modified instruments. So let me go save. And now when I go back to the instrument browser, and there's my saved version, but if I go back here and look at the bottom in filters under user, we now see this keyword. So now by clicking on that, I'm filtering and showing only the instruments that have this tag in it. And so far there's only that one, but it's a great way of organizing your own sound so that you can find them quickly when you're working in the broader categories. Now, let's look at the fourth column, which is the results column. So let's get rid of that tag. And we see the results based on the current selection of filters and categories. So this fourth column is the instrument column. And of course, we just double click to load the instrument in. Now, when we select an instrument, we have a fifth column, and this is the info column where we can view info on the instrument, and we can even see the macro assignments for when we're viewing the macros over there. But the other thing we can do here is indicate this as a favorite with the star icon. So if I click this as a star, we see a little star next to it. We can create a list of favorites. We just click it again to deselect it as a favorite. And let's say I select those two as favorites. What we can do now is at the top of the filter category, use this little star icon to just display the instruments that we have tagged as favorites. I'm going to just remove those. So a nice quick way of having a custom category. So that's the instrument browser. We'll continue with more in the next video.